Hello, chat. Oh, Lord. Stop the music. Stop the music. Alrighty. Where are my buttons? There they are. Boop. Gotta capture the game real quick because I forgot to do that. Whoopsie. There it is. Alrighty. And pow. Alright, chat. We are in. Last time we arrived to our main planet of the Rogue Traders system. The Von Valencia's Palace is where we reside now, in which we have to talk to that one guy that wanted to have a word with us, and then we also have to deal with some Imperial politics. We also have to get Jay her warrant of trade, or not her warrant, but essentially like her permit of trade, not a warrant of trade obviously, but a permit of trade, and that is what we have to do. Oh, cutscene. Welcome, your ladyship. Let me inform you of the location of the chamber on your dynastic estate. Nice. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles Scalander, informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet you there. Upstairs and straight ahead. Alrighty. I wish this was regular conversation so I could skip past when I'm done reading. If your ladyship wishes to rest after a long journey, then your personal chambers are up the stairs and on the right. Your stream title says it's Darktide. Oh. Whoopsie. Thank you. I am a fool. I am a fool. My brain just said, my brain don't work too good. Thank you for that. And it should be fixed now. Alrighty, thank you. Ooh, some goods. Ooh, loot. That reminds me. Shout my wonders to the world. Alrighty. Hello. According to the inscription, the house statue is a gift from the House Skorupchik to the Von Valencia's dynasty. Clementia Wassarian, Idira, an aristocrat. Where did I want to? Ooh, loot. Alrighty, what's in this loot here? Tech use. Nice. Why would anything on my house be locked away from me? Can I speak to you? No. Alrighty. Wish I could, yeah, might as well zoom in a little bit here. Maybe zoom out? I don't know. What? Why am I seeing... Oh, I'm seeing my ability, of course, because I'm hovering over it. Of course, of course. There's Pascal. Can I talk to him, or... No, he's just talking about his personal problems. Alrighty. I've done his Dynasty Throne. Clementia Wassarian. Your ladyship. Clementia bows her head politely. For a chancellor to a rogue trader, she is dressed rather simply. A parade doublet, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She bears a saber and a gilded scabbard, whether for show or protection, one cannot say. Only her ring with the Wassarian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. The governor's waiting on the periphery of the palace. Let me know if you would like to see him. Awareness succeeded. The sharp gaze, the impeccable straight back, the composure. For a moment, you feel like you're looking at a younger version of Abelard himself, not his heir. Judging by the scars and exposed parts of her bodies, Clementia saw her fair share of combat prior to assuming the position of Chancellor. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? To put it simply, I'm your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communication, and meetings are first reviewed by me, and then forward to you, and from you down the hierarchy. Oh my god, I choked on my words for a second there. My purview also includes overseeing your ladyship's property, the palace, the estates, the many gardens, and the other demises on Dargonus that you have inherited from Lady Theodora. And whenever you are present on Dargonus, consider me your personal secretary. What can it tell me about Dargonus? All deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor, Lady Theodora, signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum which allowed for efficient management of the world and the neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not-so-humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dargonus has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo between worlds. The capital stay in contact with other worlds in the Protectorate. Unfortunately, not at this time, your ladyship. After the few representatives of Adeptus Astra Telepathica on Dargonus went into a frenzy, some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by the respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. If the noble houses are so volatile, what sense is there in keeping them? Over the many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dargonus. The great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree. Thanks to their administrative work in their lands, naturally you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Is there any other issues I should be aware of? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonus was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet, under the command of Captain Martheus Wessarian, triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. Awareness check succeeded. You catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for our house's good name, but despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. Tell me about Governor Drivestem. Urbend Drivestem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonus, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Valencia systems. The Drivestem's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dargonus. What's more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Urbend specifically be made the next governor. Thank you for your report, Chancellor. I serve the Von Valencia's Protectorate, your ladyship. Achilles Scalander, does he cause any problems? Why, none at all, your ladyship. Secondary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valencius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on many issues, on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain. And he has proven himself quite capable. And I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. The last word brings a slight smile to her lips. The governor can wait a little longer. I still have things to do. Certainly, your ladyship, however, I do not concern myself with the governor's feelings, but I must warn you, your action or inaction may be interpreted in a certain way. Now, if your ladyship will excuse me. Alright, so I gotta find that other guy. First, we go to loot. Oh, there he is. He's by Heinrich. Yeah, Heinrich, you tell him the business. Alrighty, so Heinrich's talking him up. Achilles Scalander, he wanted to speak with me. The slender figure, clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, this man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it has been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. Achilles covers his burnt lips, and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She's in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. For as long as the stars may shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with an augmented hand. You hear clanging of metal against metal. Is there a reason for this ill-mannered behavior, Heinrich? Perhaps you two can find another time to discuss this. Do you two mind? I'm not so I'm not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. You're on site to serve as credit, rogue trader. And then again, I'm expecting nothing less from Theodore von Valencia's successor. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab something to drink, my water bottle, and my tea from my fridge. Alright, I'm back. I was just getting up to grab my tea. Alright. Continue on reading whatever the hell this guy's talking about. Heinrich looks at Achilles. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who's engaged in other matters in the Cornus Expanse. I'm sure you will find Achilles' services useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the board of your protectorate. Alright, greetings, Lady Liliandra von Valencius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Voidever's accomplices on the capital world. I got a raspberry tea. It's very tasty. Do you know anything about the Let me start again. Do you know anything about what has become of the Conrad Voidever? The former Master of Whispers is a heretic and a traitor to the dynasty. Let's go down the dialogue path here. Achilles nods grimly. Words of his treason reached Argonus too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately. Once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and the naive, the worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodore's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt, but it seems unlikely that the warrants got to everyone who was allowed doubt in their heart, and how it nurtures in secret. Oh, more skinning. You promised me a report on the present state of affairs in the Protectorate. I've already forwarded all official reports to your Seneschal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slate with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Dargonus' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Dargonus, much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever's the weakest, or whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Dargonus are well-respected, rich, and powerful individuals who held Lady Theodore's favor for many years, and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family preserves its own selfish interests, and each one can expect that with the transition of power they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the drive stems, the Gapraks, and the Sourbacks. Drive stems, Gapraks, and Sourbacks, remember that. I should also mention the Wissarians, got a noble house per se. Not a noble house per se, but a family that was a part of Lady Theodore's inner circle, to the Blue Blood's great displeasure. Tell me about the drive stems. This is the governor's family. The drive stems are the ancient governor house of Dargonus. Predictably, the greater the wealth of the von Valencia's protectorate, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that Urban drive stems' rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the drive stems, but we lack solid proof and it might never surface. The closer an official is to a rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is a heresy that can be overlooked only in the case of the von Valencia's heir, not her servant. Woo! It's talking about a certain Eldar woman. What makes the Gapraks special? The Gapraks hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnissiah, and the house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and in their business connections. The Gapraks oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Kiev Gamma was severed, They've been quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. What can you tell me about House Sarback? So the Gapraks are the tech boys. Drive Sims is the governor, who may or may not be rubbing out Xenos, but you know. Sarback, religious and hardworking. The Sarbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufacturers that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the Sarback family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the von Valencius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora is a bit too keen to leave her worlds without proper oversight. Tell me about the Wissarians. What's up with the Abelards fam? The Wissarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora Seneschal, and such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On Dargonus, however, their positions is precarious. Firstly, they were never granted an official title, a process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of Dargonus. Secondly, the other families do not seem to see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favor. The Wissarians are responsible for the Captain World's fleet and a majority of the cargo shipments on domestic routes. After all that, I now feel the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed at once. I wonder what this is in response to. Let's do... What is this? Achilles shrugs. You are naturally well within your right, rogue trader. But remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Dargonus of your entire protectorate, in fact, to come apart at the seams. And that's not even considering the likelihood of attempted reprisals from their families and allies. I would hold off on the death sentences. Act with restraint and wisdom. Present for all to see sufficient proof of the unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me. Mass executions are one way to solve your problems. But in that case, you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. Okay, that was just a fun little flavor blurb. Alrighty, enough about the nobles. There was your ladyship, and this time it was concerns at the main reasons of my presence on this planet, Xenos and the threat they pose to both you and humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My ears and eyes are scattered throughout the Cornish expanse. Warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark, or have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals, who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. Achilles looks you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with the intelligence on where and when the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Driveston will beg you for your protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Liliandra, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes the intervention from the rogue trader and a mighty void ship to avert a disaster. What about the noble houses on Dargonus? Oh, okay, wait, this is already expanded. What are your responsibilities here on Dargonus? Officially, I'm a secretary at this world's administratum department. Less officially, I'm afraid, I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect and investigate reports of heresy taking root in the upstanding plans of humanity. Above all else, I'm concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Cornish expanse, including your protectorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I'm still trying to re-establish contact with many of my agents. Tell me about Xenos. The residents of the local system are no strangers to skirmishes with the enemies of humanity, but recently the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We're receiving reports from ships that made it through the warp to Dargonus. Both they and the colonies that they departed from are being attacked. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Drukari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. Be vigilant on your travels. The Xenos will undoubtedly attack a rogue trader ship should they find the circumstances be in their favor. They can certainly try. Unfortunately, in the host of humanity, there are those who are willing to grovel before our enemies in the hopes of a valuable reward. You may be interested to know that we are on the trail of such heretics. Killis glances at a data slate. Oh, pardon me. Overwhelming evidence indicates that a marauded void station in the Langren's Belt is being used as a base by a band of pirates who are not above dealing with Xenos. I was unable to persuade the Chancellor of the need to dispatch a ship there, but perhaps you would like to pay a courtesy call to these scoundrels yourself. Do you know anything about the cults of the Final Dawn? My knowledge is deplorably limited, your ladyship. All my attention has been focused on tracking Xenos activity. I'm certain Master von Kallax can tell you much more about those heretics than I. About your unofficial work. Yes? Who do you truly serve? The rogue trader or the interrogator of the Inquisition? Ooh. Let's do number 2. I can understand your desire as a rogue trader to have everything under your control, yet I'm not at liberty to make use of classified information related to the interrogator's agents in whatever way I see fit. He lowers his gaze and nods politely. There's no point in pressing my agents. None of them would ever reveal such a vital information, especially not in my presence. Whom do you truly serve, the rogue trader or the interrogator? He glances at Heinrich. Understood. And whom does the rogue trader serve? The Golden Throne? The Protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other? And if so, is there any sense discussing it? I've learned all I wanted to. Bows his head and brings the respirator up to his burnt lips. I have other questions to ask. Scars on your face. What happened? What happened, bro? About 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouse at my estate, and I was burned alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and the skilled physicians of Dargona saved my body. Except for my lungs which with I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Must take my leave. Killis bows. According to the message I received a few minutes ago, Governor Drivestem has arrived at court. Imagine that the Chancellor is already prepared to arrange the meeting. All that's left is to notify her that you already see Erbrand. Alright, well, let's go see his ass. His punk ass. I'm ready to see the governor. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. Liliandra von Valentius dwelleth in her line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrant, and ruler of the Cornish expanse from the Kranax system to the 100 Dream Crossroads. I bid you welcome. Urban Drivestem, governor of this great world, first and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valentius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus and the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning, so we may honor the memory of our beloved lady. She deserves more. You will declare full year. There's no need. I'm the new ruler of the Protectorate. Let the subjects rejoice at my arrival instead. The wonderment causes wrinkles on Drivestem's glossy face. Your ladyship, these are centuries-old traditions, sacred customs, and rules. Do not forget who it is you serve, Urban Drivestem. If it's a rogue trader wish to not have a mourning ceremony, then so be it. I'm sorry, Abelard. Perhaps the parvenu installed by Lady Theodora does not care for the sacred traditions of our founding ancestors. The governor gives a meaningful nod in Abelard's direction. But Liliandra von Valentius is a descendant of the true children of Dargonus. If it behooves the ruler of the world to honor its customs. I do honor traditions, Governor. Later, when things in the Protectorate settle down, we will declare a mourning period. As you will, your ladyship. There, kind of best of both worlds there. Esteemed Liliandra, Lady Theodora was a strong leader. We ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in the spite of this tragedy. Together, and let us carry on when she no longer can by leading the Von Valentius Protectorate to even greater prosperity. Drivestem gives you a look of admiration. It seems he is quite aware of your fame, and this opportunity to curry favor with you as such an eminent figure is one he does not wish to miss. There's something in Drivestem's gaze that find you troubling. Is it a hint of reproach, mockery, condemnation? You're uncertain whether this is intrigue true or merely your guilty conscience playing tricks on you, stirring up memories of your past under a governor's keen gaze. Ooh. Alas, it won't be easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths of Dargonis flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, and the roots are tangled and no longer lead to systems that the captains expect them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonis Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valentius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. Conrad von Voidever, former Master Whispers, is a heretic and a traitor. Has he shown his face on Dargonis? The governor pensively strokes the rings glittering his fingers. Lord Voidever visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors have come from. I shall be frank with you, your ladyship. Lady Theodore's sudden death was a blow to every one of us. In the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue traitor. However, Conrad Voidever was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Subject all who have dared to make heretical remarks about the rogue traders as servitude impetuous. Machines aren't prone to dissidence. My subject's doubts are understandable. Too many things have changed in too short a span. I will prove myself worthy of my position, publicly rip out the vocal cords and tongues of every slanderer and replace them with vox implants that sing the praises of rogue trader Liliandra von Valentius without interruption. I should think that will serve as a reminder of who rules this world. Could care less about what people think of me. I'm Theodore's successor, they're not gonna. We're gonna do the second one. The doubts are understandable. Why, Liliandra, your desire is most commendable, but please do not forget, rulers should never bow to their attendants. Some might see it as a show of weakness. What exactly do the Dargonius nobility expect from me in light of the loss of roots and communication with other worlds? We're all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supplied Dargonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rebel to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprek is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world Kieva Gamma, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is Penal World Viabus 6, one of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. Such intriguing concern for the Viabus outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the extraction stations there? Drivestem's beady eyes widen in fear. Your ladyship, I beg you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions by any way. You see, without Viabus 6, the manufacturers on your world will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. My only concern is for the prosperity of the Von Valentius dynasty. I've already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Viat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viat line was one of the oldest in the Von Valentius protectorate. If the inheritor of such a well-respected blood could not handle whatever has befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Cursed Xanos took Viastena's life, but her death was avenged. Vienna succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. No longer charting the world, she is dead. I've delivered Janus to more capable hands. Did I? Who did I give the planet to? Viastena succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers and was executed. Drivestem pales in terror. It is clear from the unseemly grimace in his aristocratic countenance that his fear is not feigned. Ruinous powers! Truly horrifying news! I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. That does it for plants and the trade routes. What else? Your ladyship, I don't rightly know where to begin. Otherworldly beasts are not a uncommon sight in the Cornish expanse. They've been a menace to the worlds on this side of the Maw for decades. But now those abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging to the point where they become unfit for transport, or outright gutting them. Oh, it's rude. Drukari moment. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We're in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonus. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers. Although those that remain are as of yet unable to transmit messages, I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Viabus 6, which has been particular concern in the last few cycles, which has been more the reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. Blades in the Void. Okay, new quest. Now, to issues of smaller scale. There's a certain degree of tension in the capital world due to the unorthodox succession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, and the spreading rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I prepared a list of minor houses that demonstrated unseemly composure to your succession. What is to be done about them? Eliminate the most prominent malcontents quietly, but do not threaten entire families. Hopefully these steps will be enough to keep the rest from causing any trouble. I do not care about what those hyenas are yapping behind my back. Leave them be, they are no threat. Arrangements for public purges. Send the disgruntled nobles lavish gifts on my behalf, and make sure my generosity does not go unnoticed by the rest. Yeah, we'll do this one. This is like political swaying. Like, oh, you don't like me, do you? How about my pockets? You like my pockets? An elegant solution, your ladyship. Other families will assume that your relationships with the Defiant houses are more complicated than one might think, and the agitators will receive the message that they are being watched. Yes, very good. One last thing, your ladyship. Your inauguration as bearer of the Sacred Warrant is but a matter of time. I'd like to inquire about one crucial detail. Imagine you are intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, boasted by an equally long-lasting friendship, of being represented by Dargonus on one of the noble houses. I presume, as before, this duty will accord to House Drivestem. One moment, which houses can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Dargonus, the Drivestem family, which I lead, the Gapric family, which long ties the Adeptus Mechanicus, the Sarbaks, known for piety and diligence in service. Perhaps I should also mention the Wissarians, who have some influence, but are not actually of noble origin. Any of those houses would be honored to represent you at this ceremony. I suppose I will bestow the honor upon the Wissarians. I will return to you and bows respectively. Lord Cam, to accompany you at such critical hours, the greatest honor for the Wissarian bloodline. Have no fear, we will not fail you. Drivestem tosses Albert a look and likes to give him a small shred of respect. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Wissarians, whose lineage is traced back to a navy officer, are not of the Dargonus nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your ladyship. Are you threatening me? His face breaks into a bitter smile. I shall immediately relay your commands, most gracious rogue trader. Thank you for your time. Tell me about yourself and House Drivestem. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest and most respected on Dargonus. My ancestors walked side by side with yours for many generations as they cared for this world's welfare. Our duty is to supervise the governing bodies within the system subservient to you, and we are responsible for the Protectorate's logistics and economic stability. If I get the option to kick this guy out and slam a Wissarian in the chair, I will. Because the Wissarians, that's good people. I know. As for me personally, I am a humble servant of the Emperor and a loyal subject of the rogue trader. And to my great displeasure, I had the honor of calling myself Lady Theodore's close friend. At Urban's last word, Abelard lets out a sound that could be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look, which Alberon meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. Tell him how it is, Abelard. Tell him how it is. I'd like to complete my inauguration as rogue trader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the Von Valencia's Protectorate are going through a crisis. And the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Understood. That will be all then, I take it. Thank you for your time, your ladyship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you, and also with you. My table. Antique piece of furniture was obviously well kept for its surface, still covered in lots of scratches and stains. Travis of previous org traders who sat at this table. Hey, that's how you know a table's well done. Remains of the plaque can be seen in the frame. The last inscription is completely indistinguishable due to the pertaining. This is on Terra. I'm pretty sure this is Terra. Cottage shaders producing rhythmic sounds along with faint doo-doo-doo standing out. 70%. Come on. Hey, easy. Multi-melta. Beautiful. Collect that immediately. Oh, Argenta's not here. Unlucky. And we'll do the levels later. Ooh. Amazing. Wowzers, Bowsers.
What a peculiar thing.
Ooh. Whenever the wearer moves through a cell occupied by an enemy, the wearer grants 15% dodge against that enemy's attacks. That's actually, yeah, I can see that being pretty good. Oh, there it is. It's on the table there. Some more scrap. What is in here? Got a faded Imperial rug. Bedded house rogue trader. This room's very small. I mean, it's huge, but it's like very small. But I guess, you know, probably not here that often. Polished middle piece, most likely left by a glass. Okay, wonderful. Let's go up here.
This is intriguing.
Ooh, money. Never not say no to money. Can I talk to any of these now? No. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll just go to the outside. And I'll look at my quests once we step outside. Got raspberry tea. I love raspberry tea. Not a big fan of raspberries, but I'm a big fan of the liquid that is made with them. Alrighty, so let's check our quests. Blades in the Void. According to the Killis calendar, Xenos Raiders stuck at the penal world. We have a gift for Jay Hadari. Lord Count, worthy of the... Critical tasks. Oh, one sec, my dog wants out. How's it going, Nikki? How's it going? We are just gaming. So I have to find a gift for my girlfriend. I gotta do Laurette's thing, but that's later. So right now we have to... Alright. Hold on, let me check my... Yes, my colonies. I got things. Alrighty, We'll do that one. Increased wounds based on the Imperium's lore. Alrighty. Let's just go back to the void ship, I reckon. Anything I can do down this way? Living fruit bearing tree in the heart of the Hive World is a fantastical sight. Yeah. Actually, is there? Oh. Don't really see the option to go back to the void ship, so let's go back in there. Talk to the people. See what the people need. I thought I could go back to the void ship. I have to inspect a fuel thing. Pascal on the void ship, that is. Pascal, do it for me. Is that a way down there? No, it's not. I don't think so, at least. Oh, no, it has to be, because there's loot. You have anything new to say to me? Oh, you're purple. See what Abel... Can I talk to Abelard? My goat? No? Okay. Am I blind? I might be. Alright. Oh, no, that's a door. How do I can't go down there? Oh, no, I can. Oh, I can't go there, though. Okay. Am I silly? Alright, well, let's just go outside, I guess. Go outside, run down the pathway, see if the way out is over there. Because I want to go to the Administratum building and do the thing for Jay so she can get her permit to trade as a rogue trader's trader. So I just go down like that way. Oh, there it is. It was over there, just wasn't on the map for some reason. Alrighty. Terrible news from Dargonis Lord. The subsidiary Hive City Skypin 8429 has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted and millions of people have broken for their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Oh my god. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of the refugees? Establish later settlements on the ruins. And relocate creators there. They have much work ahead of them to restore their former home. What is the cause of the catastrophe? It's still unclear. The noble houses are throwing the blame at one another. Agents of the venerable Achilles Calendar stationed at Siphon 8429 have died heroically while trying to save the population from this disaster. Their latest reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive, but could not go into further detail. Additionally, all your servants are currently busy with investigating the cause of the crisis, but are not doing anything to deal with its consequences. What say my advisors? The death of Achilles' agents trouble me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the cause of the disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting the refugees into other hives. There may be saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up a prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between the hives. The Emperor bids us to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victim of this tragedy, let the victims themselves teach those that living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure that the ecclesiarchy will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be a crucible of fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy a feat of spirit. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this predictable, and yet it is their duty to see to it that the planet meets with a tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats take care of the refugees and make sure they don't stop until every last refugee has taken some task to fulfill. Remind the house of their duties. I have to say Heinrich is probably the correct one here. Yeah, Heinrich is the right one. I shall draft a few orders for my informants on Dargonus. Refugees quickly realized that they would not find shelter in the hives and dispersed across the wastelands. A harsh lesson of discipline has been delivered to the capital. Von Calix's agents have run through a thorough investigation to identify many of the refugees who managed to reach and hide in the hives. Remembering how the rogue trader treated their relatives and neighbors, they could have plotted their revenge. If only they hadn't been expelled into the wastelands. Whoops. Alrighty, let's do... let's do restoration. Alrighty, let's go back to Dargonus. The Administratum. I just spilled raspberry tea on my nose. It splashed up. Oh, my back. Alrighty.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, cutscene. Greetings, Protocol. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Identifying your ladyship, please follow me. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Servitors. Continue in this direction. Go in the door, Abelard, would you please? Master of Seals, I'd like to speak with you. Master of Seals, an ancient-looking woman in the voluminous robe, peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All the highborn ever want is just to ask, what about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Jake glances at you and whispers, what? So I paid a few clerks and let's skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any formalities. Very well, just don't stand there. You'll hear now. Or do you think the Master Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old one beckons over a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Mental manipulators immediately begin feverishly clacking, taking diction. You know who I am. Liliana von Valentius, Soul Air Rogue Trader, Theodora von Valentius, may the threads radiance guide our path to the other side. In a practiced move, the Master Seals twist her activating ocular and examines the ledger in front of her. Sole person to publicly assert their claim. To be precise, Abelard, Wessarian. The old woman directs her gaze over your shoulder. Seneschal in the right hand of the now departed Theodora von Valentius, and now her extant heir. The old woman smacks her lips in satisfaction and nods curtly. Of course I know who's standing before me. It is my job to know. J Shift deliberately putting her jeweled augmetic on display. Does that mean my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Damar? No. Got him. My companion wished to obtain a Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Master Seals peers over her ocular lenses to Jay in disbelief, then looks at you. I take it that you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template number 404.01, as well as written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Haydari. Mistress Haydari, the form or collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, the certificate, and the official trade representative. At these words, Seneschal drops from her face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Liliana von Valentius has prepared the primary documentation. Abelard lets out a soak sign, rolls his eyes, yet you get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the Administratum Bjarxi, nor is his second. Complete form 404-1, or .1. Perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but the first few minutes, the obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you're forced to write out the same details over and over about you, your protector, Theodora von Valentius, J, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, use complete supplementary forms. I've aged. Master Seal nods in approval and stows the scroll into the tube labeled your name. Next is a consent form for your processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. Give your written consent on the presented form. Scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master Seals. Protocol executed, application received, processed, and approved. Servo Skull Scribe taps out each word after its mistress's pronouncement. Oh, come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here's your document, Miss Haydari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as a sacred Mercatum Tabulae Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. That is easy to obtain. In the Imperium, court administrative servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dargonus in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in Telecos Epsilon system. Find administrative servitors and have them place 2 seals of approval. The goal is clear. Master Seals not to satisfaction. Please do return once you have prepared documents. Okay, so Telecos Epsilon and Mundus Valentius. Master Seals Palace. Clementia Washarian must be in charge. Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Let's get the HE of hockey sticks out of this dusty ass building. Alrighty. Back to Dargonus. We're not leaving Dargonus yet. We gotta go back to the Von Valentius Palace to do the thing that we need to do. Come on, 96. Let's get 90. What? There it is, 100. Alrighty. To my house. Alrighty. Time to go get this document signed. And then do everything else in the galaxy. When in doubt, save. Good advice. Alrighty. Since Jay's over by Clementia, let's get over there. Oop, cutscene. Mistress Hadari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you're coming close. I shall repeat myself again. No, I will not be issuing any seal, not in exchange for your honest word, nor a bribe. Hello, I'm here to tell you to do the thing you didn't want to do. Hello? Oh, there it goes. I can see the family resemblance with Albrad now. You cannot see any further than your nose, my dear Clementia. It wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Now about that seal. Nice try, Jay. Nice try. Let the rogue trader decide. Oh, I can press spacebar to skip that? Why are you purple? Your ladyship, I apologize for this ugly scene. Might ask you that you rein in Mistress Hadari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me. As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals for the Mercanum Tabulae Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Clementia purses her lips and glowers at Jay. Oh no, this isn't about me at all, Jay narrows her eye, as she peers in Clementia's face. I see. Well, Chancellor, you'll tell us about yourself. Why should I help you? What is ever is the matter with Mistress Wassarian? I'm afraid my words may anger your ladyship. Seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship von Valencius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, we are a long way from Holy Terra, and with the warp storms ravaging the Cornish expanse, we've been unable to receive a replacement to this day. I presume the one responsible was punished promptly and harshly. Rest assured, Theodore von Valencius ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude impertuous. Your ladyship, he now performs his duties to the Imperium without reservation or error. However, she refers to her data slate. One of the worlds under Caligos Winterscale's rule, like Dirgonus, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. The archives of House von Valentius mention 3 systems that are presently under the control of House Winterscale. Those would be the Forgotten Twins, Langren's Belt, and the Nameless Star. I'm confident that the Administratum's palace is located on one of the planets there. We've a better chance at finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fence than on a remote world owned by your rival, Shireen. Suggest we make contact with any traders we may encounter in your travels. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. There's every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to fleece or return the great relic to its rightful owner. There's something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Oh, by all means, Shireen. I dare not waste any of your precious bomb. As your time on matters related to me, if I may excuse myself. I need to certify this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, could it be that you found the lost seal, your ladyship? Perhaps you brought a cup. Not yet. I shall humbly wait. Okay, I must take my leave. Okay. Now, we go back to the damn planet. Or go back to the galaxy. And deal with every problem in the galaxy. Because, god damn it, that's what we're meant to do. Oh, Lulu, if you're still here, remind me to tell you about the weird dream I had later. Boop. Alrighty. Ouch. There's a little thorn in my foot. Where the hell did that come from? My foot. Ouchie. Alrighty. I really want to find a new staff, but unfortunately, or find a stave, but I can't find one. I'm trying to swap from the sniper rifle to find the seal on Dargonis. You can't. Hold on, let me check my... Jay thinks that the lost seal may be in possession of a pirate fence or collector of stolen goods. Seal can probably be found on a scale. Okay. Alright, let's to our Blades of the Void and famous. Cool. Does it say where this planet is? Alright, well, let's go back to the... Go back to the galaxy. Alrighty. Oh, we have to go back to... Chart the course deadly. Okay, well, let's do it the... Do it the old-fashioned way. Cool. Oh, let me check my other planets. Your ladyship, there's an alarming reports coming from Janus. A number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population in remote agri-complexes. Aside from the obvious disfigurement and the subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonies, are coming together to practice a primitive form of religion involving ritual worship of the land. While they display no disobedience or hostility, their existence is very concerning. The Janus nobility humbly awaits your servant. What do you know about these wretches? The mutations cause a loss of skin pigment and shedding of the hair. The eyes have started developing a nisating membrane similar to that of reptiles. Others succumb to the progressive atrophy of the larynx, causing the loss of human speech. At the same time, their tendons become denser and more elastic, providing increased endurance and load resistance. The wretches are commonly ostracized due to their grotesque appearance. There haven't been too many cases of mob justice yet, but they'll become commonplace after the mutations' deformities become more obvious. The wretches tend to form groups with similarly effective people. Their average level of intellect is low. They all belong to the labor caste and communicate among themselves using a primitive vernacular of their own invention. For their barbaric religion, they are defying both the soil and Janus itself. To them, working in agri-complexes is a form of worship, which has had a positive impact on productivity. Take these unfortunate souls under my protection. They are victims of mutation, not demons. Let them atone with their flaw with labor. What do my advisors say? I saw your agents' picked recordings. These signs of these monkai leave behind their idols. And I cannot deny a pathetic, though extremely abstract connection to the symbols of my people. Their guttural prayers echo the sounds of the children of Asiarni's speech. The probability of them having to come into such close contact with our civilization is non-existent, yet they are still somehow connected. Protect these people, resell them in distant abodes where they will not be harmed for the peculiarities. Keep watch. Someday the truth may be revealed. The blessed sanction of the Imperium does not grace these mutants, but nor does it declare their existence anathema. Should we sense them further without study, These are mutants who existence is fully sanctioned, such as ogrins, ratlings, pariahs, pelagers. What are that? Felonites or troths. Our libraries had many treaties, I think that's the word, on the genitor's craft, and I can impart some of that knowledge to your servants. Purely theoretical, of course. This mutation has not been properly studied and is missing from the catalog. I'm not registering a basis for delaying the commencement of immediate genetic purification. I recommend launching a thorough investigation into genetic makeup of the forbidden strain. Resettle the wretches in separate agri-complexes where the crowds will not tear them apart. We will study them. I feel these Monkey have been touched by something wondrous. Mutants were resettled to distant agri-complexes where their unorthodox appearance will not put them in danger of being massacred by the serfs. Mutants were under surveillance when the watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in the hands of the group of the wretches that turned out to be an item of Xeno origin. It is unlikely the mutants understood the nature of the item of the object they worshipped. Ooh, cool. Alrighty. Secrets of the Winter Scale. Contract available. Blood and Niphium. Huh. Alright, well, let's do this one. I guess it's the only one we can do. Dargonus is still working. Foulstone's still working as well. Alrighty. Now we're going to go to Footfall here for Bundius to do the thing. Lord Captain, urgent report. We received an astropathic message from Regent Ortello Orselio. Navigator's concerned about the face of Cassia, who's disappeared from Uric 5. The Regent is requesting an update on her current status. He has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and return the Lady Navigator to her house. Psycho-emotional coding of the received messages portrays acute concern, but also concerns something that the astronauts have failed to put into words. If you excuse my forthrightness, I feel it's necessary to tell House Orselio the truth. Otherwise, a conflict between the Nav's nobility is possible, which, given the current state of the Cronus Expanse, will only play into the hands of our enemies. How did House Orselio even learn that I have Cassia? I wish I knew, Lord Captain. It is troubling indeed. Perhaps we have a spy on board, or Regent Orento is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. Navigators are extremely powerful and useful allies to have. Each of us does not know. Ignore it and I'll meet him in person. Why not? I'll see you to it, Lord Captain. The astropaths will permit your consent. Representative House Orselio will be waiting for you in the naval capital world, Dargonus. Receiving members of Nav's nobility is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of this meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. Okay, well, I'm still... Oh, it's Uncharted? Really? Well, let's get in there. Oh my god. Traces of space battle. Highlight. Why is your world highlighted? God shader screen. Summer shapes. This small scale dynasty. Visit the outpost. Likely descent to the planet, your reward with a dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniform bunkhouses, machine hangars, and large headquarters topped with the massive antenna and of an ancient voxcaster. The binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast two shadows, spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guests a proper reception, but the resources are scarce at best. Talk to the custodian. Custodian shares alarming news. The outpost... This is not an Adeptus Custodes, by the way. It's just probably some old bastard. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the core Winterscale worlds, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have an astropath of their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delay or request aid. The outpost will soon run out of food at this rate. So the custodian sends out an urgent request for provisions. He's begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. Supply the outpost with the provisions it needs. Item received: needle rifle. Remove cargo provisions. Custodian showers his gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The formerly grin and worried faces of his men light up with relief. Nice. Alright, nice. Scan this rock. Lord Captain, there's evidence of a recent scuffle straight out of us. Throne taking me, that's not a frigate. It's just a gutted piece of metal. Oh, blimey, the culprits are here too. It's the Eldari freaks. I recognize their shiny asses even from a distance. Except, the Xenos are acting suspiciously. They're having in place and not even trying to run. Shall we approach or open fire from a distance? Call off your people, Alantok. Something is wrong. The children of Asieron is dismayed. But doing something like this to a Monkai vessel... No, we are not animals. Appeal to your prudence and promise you made. Do not destroy my kin for deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, we've received a report from the Augur crew. The situation is unusual. The Xenos ship displays no biological or energetical signatures, even though it appears to be intact. According to scanners, there's nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We have also spotted some drifting platings remains belong to a third unidentified vessel. Spend a recce ship. Nice. Lord Captain, scouts managed to rescue several emaciated officers from the wreck ship. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us what happened during a patrol. Frigate discovered an Eldari ship crossing the system and decided to immediately attack the Humanity. Xenos ship provided too fast and skittish, but at one point its engine fails, giving the frigate a chance to attack. When the guns were aimed, several Drukhari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first they attacked from a distance, but soon boarded the frigate and wreaked a bloody massacre on the decks. It is only by sheer miracle that the surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves up in a hidden technical compartment the Xenos had no use for. The survivors claimed that the Xenos conspired and deliberately led the ship into a trap where it met its doom. Xenos joined forces to eliminate the vessel of the Imperium. Alliance between the Eldari and Drukhari is an unusual sight, and yet such outcome is hardly surprising. Why, Master Interrogator, I was thinking the exact same thing. At last, you and I can finally agree on something. How blind are the Monkai to the vices of their own kind. Humans attack ship of children Ascian sailing peacefully by with that, but it's my kinspeople who are to blame. She is beside herself with contempt and rage. No, my kind would not butcher the dark ones of their own volition, then abandon their ship. Something else happened here. Something I'm even afraid to consider. Send a scuttle with scouts to investigate the Xenos ship. Xenos artifacts. Yippee! After several hours of tedious waiting, the Victus gets back on air. Lord Captain, the scouts confirm our earlier report. The Xenos ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been found inside, but neither the Eldari nor the bodies were discovered. We are late again, Elantok. Have the Acolytes of Machine Cult identify the remains of the third vessel. Voxcaster relays orders to the tech priest and promptly receives reply. Lord Captain, I am reporting that the whole fragments belong to the Drukhari Xenos race, but the presence of their ships in the system at this time has not yet been confirmed. We have done everything we could. We are leaving. As you command, Lord Captain. Alright, to this rock. This one's blue. Nothing. Ooh, a place of interest. The crew were treated to the truly impressive sight, a colossal storm on the gas giant surface. Planet's dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling and then birthed a tempest, the storm to end all storms. As Lord Captain and our officers observed it from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing mirrors, someone suggested giving it a name, the Emperor's Wrath. Garnered the most votes, some of the crew believed the storm to be an omen. We can only hope it's an omen of great things to come. Alright, nice. Begin scan. Nothing. Perfect. Anything else in here? No. Map of the Cornish Expanse. Alrighty. Oh, wow, really? Wow. Okay, annoying. Demonic eyes materialize and begin to slither across the walls and crews of crew quarter 49. The burning orbs swelled like bubbles of fetid swamp gas, only in secluded places at first, later appearing in the plain sight. Everyone subject to their glare started experiencing headaches and spells of self-flagellation. After one of the officers peeled off a portion of his own skin to fashion a makeshift eyelid for one of the fiendish orbs, the section was quarantined since neither fire nor musicians could prevent more eyes from sprouting up on the ship. The vessel was cleansed only by escaping from the clutching embrace of the Sea of Souls. By the God Emperor's grace, no perils of the war prevented the vessel from returning to real space. Thank goodness. Oh, you can probably... Oh, I see. Find the seal on Janus. Just make it unsafe, and then we'll go and gamble. Oh. Clan servicing the cooling systems have reported an incident of sorcery. Shadows in the cabins and corridors are coming to life. The voidsmen, they say they see strange withering things lurk in nooks and crannies at the edge of their vision. They look away, the things spread over the room, gnawing on everything in their path and attacking the weak and infirm. Strange creatures cannot be caught. It's almost as if they sense they are being watched and sink into many cracks between the machines and bulkheads. Purified with fire. Ballistic test succeeded. The controlled scorching of the decks is a labor-intensive but very familiar process for the voidsmen serving under the ship's and furnace master. Evacuated chambers were set on fire, burning away all filth and heresy from the darkest corners. Shadow's locals vanished without a trace, and the denizens of the cooling systems breathed a sigh of relief. Nice. Where do you source the components? Yeah. All right. 2-foot fall. We'll go here. Go here and complete this quest.
Rise to the top,
Alrighty.
or get left in the dust.
Where's this frickin' nerd? Show the data slate. Next block, Tech Priest takes data slate. The collected data is of interest, significant, compliant with the criteria for cooperation. The Cognizant Fleet thanks you for your guarantees provision of reciprocal blah blah blah. Bunch of nonsense. Alrighty. Later, dude. Alright. Do I have anything on Footfall of Worthiness? Okay. Alrighty. We're gonna check if there's anything really we need on Janus or on Footfall, and then we'll just go back to doing what we do. We need to go to places, that's for sure. Actually, I need to talk to some people here because there's some shit going down. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. Servo skull whirs over his shoulders while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he's holding and regards you with an attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your ladyship, Danric, at your service. I like working with Theodora. Alright. First of all, let's do the servitor thing. You see, your ladyship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for a long period of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Generous Donark nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of those servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hominum expressed the desire to be present during the inspection should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of these steam magos may come in handy. I wish to take a look at these servitors for deciding your fate. Yes, Pascal shall come with me. He's my tech priest. Of course I'm going to take him. Sector data unavailable, region data unavailable. When her ladyship arrived at the scene, she found the servitors in the same position they had assumed after they had been crowded into the bay, all standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment her ladyship crossed the threshold of the big A, their bodies jerked in motion, all as one, as if observing... Where am I? Their bodies jerked in motion all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face Lord Captain. Technomats have tasked with overseeing the defective units, even reached for their weapons. But when the servitors went still just as abruptly, her ladyship, staring at her ladyship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight, waited for the Lord Captain to speak. Took several steps towards servitors, gestured her engineer prime study servitors. Yeah, what's going on, Pascal? The engineer prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking their readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions, with mesmerizing diligence. He inspected every single unit in his path, and binary prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the Technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitor souls, or rather the souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This is an undesirable consequence of shoddily performed lobotomy. It is most rarely observed, yet for some reason it has occurred in every single one of the servers gathered in the bay. All able to step towards servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked her movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved her hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated the gesture as well. Lord Captain turned quizzically to the Technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking her. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it incline her the head, a wave of the hand, or step it to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation. Like grotesque marionettes controlled by unseen puppeteer, we observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The rogue trader examined the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who had prompted the entire inspection. Thus, it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened with the servitor bodies who were long slumbered deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, that no one had been able to explain their change in behavior. Okay, still trained on the motionless but animate half machines, half people. The Lord Cam stepped away. Reported the defective unit status, along with detailed report, could have been summarized as a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they're still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances do not call for their termination. Ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and components investigated. A group of technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Cam's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The searchers between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly of an analysis was complete. The technomats concurred the unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered not just the eyes, but the hands and the heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too, as if mechanicated servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I muted myself. Turned to me to announce her decision. Her ladyship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was with confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmare stupor that had me tensely observing the scene before me. To dispose of the servitors so their human souls be made released from torment, send the servitors back to toil as they toiled before, for they had not yet paid for their dues. Destroy servitors, leave servitors to their work. Dispose servitors so their human souls may be released from torment. That's the option I choose. Lord Kent's command was executed post-haste, and all defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and their remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors, and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from her mission. Nice. Cool. Close. Alrighty. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Ba, ba, ba. Alright. Is she not satisfied with stealing from our coffers? I humbly apologize. Certainly, your ladyship, all will be taken care of. Might I ask that you had in mind for your esteemed companion, given her conspicuous passion for luxury, the gift needs to be something remarkable indeed. Give her a dress. Already done, your ladyship. A couple of years ago, having to procure something that was made for the despotis of Calgrapha. A unique dress for a unique occasion, I might say. I knew I kept it for a reason. You are a cool dude. Bolster my retinue of skilled fighters. Should the people in this? Oh, whoops! I didn't want to do that. What is this one? My retinue are in need of training. Oh, select here to reset their progress. Oh, I see. Okay, that's cool. All right, it's good to know. Actually, can I buy stuff from him? Theoretically, sort of volunteers dynasty. Order shipping and transportation of some goods. No, not that guy. Heavy bolter. Already. Oh wait, no. Parry reduction. Medkit, bayonet, knife. This is for the Navy. Okay. What's this one again? Man, it's so hard to find a staff. Alright. Alright, thank you. Alright. Time to go to where we need to go. I think there was one other thing I needed to do on the ship, but we'll do that when we get to where we need to go. So we need to go to... We need to find wherever this is. This first document, Mortis Assayas. Seal on Janus. Arrange for the reception of the Nav's nobility. I could go there. Oh, I have to go. I have to go. That's on my way anyway. We can hit that on the way. Alrighty. Cutscene. Jay is intently rifling through your possessions, does not notice you. She does pretend not to notice you. Jay, it's a pleasure to see you in my quarters, notwithstanding whatever nefarious purposes brought you here.
Shireen, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
Well, what are you? I think you were trying to rob me. What are you doing here?
Sating a hunger greater than any bodily appetite. My curiosity. You see, a person's face, their clothes, their manner is all just a mask. Smoke from the lips of a fire breather designed to hide the truth. But the contents of chests and cupboards, they are the reflection of the soul, in which the wise can glimpse another's heart. I have been wondering what kind of person you truly are.
I think you were trying to rob me.
Shireen, you besmirch my heart with the black ink of bitterest insult. If you do not trust me, search me.
Draw closer. Do you want me to search you? Ooh. They're smooching.
How else am I to prove my innocence, Shireen?
Ooh. These are all good options. Spicy. Plunge your fingers into a vein of dark hair, which could be hiding anything. Your hair slips between your fingers like silk. It smells of flowers and scorching desert sand. Her eyes drift closed in pleasure.
Keep going, Shireen. You will strike lucky yet.
Oh. Oh my. Is she hiding anything in her jacket? Feel the heat of her skin. Jay tries to hide her breath, hitches, and accepts your touch and smells faintly. Ooh, spicy.
Thank you.
Fingers brush
I
against
loved
something
the
more. You
gift,
take out a
Shane.
tiny decorative wooden box. Usually sits and displayed in your quarters. You open it, find a folded note, and it said, "Thank you. I love the gift, Shireen. What will you do in return?"
Everything the rogue trader desires.
Ooh, spicy. Yo. Close your eyes, chat. We're in, ladies and gentlemen. We're in. Nice. The 100+ J has been carved into the headboard with a knife. Hey! It's my headboard. Yeah, whatever. Alrighty. Achievement get. Laid. The Void Ship Bridge. Nice. Alrighty. See if she has any new dialogue now.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored with our little talk, Shireen?
I'll help you acquire merchant
Oh,
certificate.
Shireen. Thank you for such generosity. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel towards Dargonus. De Mercatum ta... Oh, I have no doubt.
Alright, well, no new dialogue there, but dialogue that didn't need to be there, because we've already doing the thing. Alrighty. No way it would be on Governor Viat's house. No way, right? Alrighty. Alright, we're good.
I always have a backup plan.
So we need to go... Maybe Quint would know? Your ladyship, the subjects of Janus welcome you. What cares about blah blah blah. Require a seal to certify. Of course, it would be an honor to assist the rogue trader. Wait, but a few minutes, your ladyship and your hunter servant will have your seal ready. Interesting, Shireen. I assumed we would be dealing with servitors, but no. Some places in your domain still have this work being performed by people of flesh and blood. I beg your pardon? What's this about servitors? I have faithfully performed my sacred duties to the Imperium, the Administratum, all my life. Guarding the seals is part of that. And after half a century, not a single seal damaged. I keep them in a special case, and I oil the handles every month as rules stipulate. I'm merely repeating the word of the Master of Seals on Dargonus. Servitors replaced an entire category of lowly bureaucrats assigned to the Von Valentius planet. Oh, around 10 years ago now. But after 70 years of service, not a single directive. Not from Holy Terror or from Dargonis. A complete breakdown in communication. What a farce. What an insult to all against progress. Scarlet patches blossoms, secretary pales first. But this is easily remedied. The Administratum requires such a servant, then I will immediately begin preparations for servitization. The will of the Lex Imperialis be supreme? Liz, I do not think the Exalted One has any desire to see you lobotomized and turned to a mindless clanking ghoul. Oh my god. Follower. Liz, there's no need for that. Yes, any service can play seal, but can do it while granting me while granting me a sincere smile and pressing me with its impeccable finesse and attention to detail. I think not, but you can. After lots of provocation, Atlas hunches for figure sags. Hunched figure sags. Of course, you're right. I will continue to serve Janus and the Von Valentius Protectorate as before. Today, I will dispatch a request for copies of edicts issued by the Imperium over the last 50 years. Who knows what we might have missed here on Janus? That is wonderful, Attilas, just wonderful. Just don't go poking your eyes out with a long needle, at least until you receive a direct order to do so from your precious Administratum. And here you are. Alright, cool. That's one of them. Alright, back to the boat.
Keep your wits about you.
Back to the lab again. Oh. Alrighty. I accidentally just took a screenshot. Whoopsie. Alrighty. Oh, cutscene. Oh, whoops. I think I hit visit instead of travel. Not a cutscene. It's my foolishness. Colony event. Alrighty. Oh. Hello? Denise and Lorix, a pungent animal sense hits your nose. Huge predator materializing out of nowhere in the middle of your chamber studies you with an unblinking gaze. Cautiously look around. You see nothing to indicate where the strange new marvels come from. Animal tracks you have removed something about you. Captured attention, you may think it might have an idea what. There's a good pet. The beast tentatively flexes its tail. Jay! Sit there, Siriko, and be a good girl. Oh, you've already met. Shireen. Is this some perverse attempt to kill me? Is this your pet? What is going on? I'm giving you a gift, Shireen. Isn't obvious? Should I put a ribbon around her? Generous hearts do not hide their feelings, but shower their nearest and dearest with gifts. I won't deny it. Choosing a gift of the Rogue Trader wasn't easy. Do you like her? Is she house trained at all? She's a fast learner, she said cagily. I've already taught her command, don't eat. Why'd you give me a laser axe? Can you think of a better pet for the Rogue Trader? Laser axes are fearsome, strong, and proud creatures, just like you. You'll strike it all into the hearts of your guests when they see you have tamed so wild and dangerous a creature. If anyone ever misbehaves, you can always feed them to the laser axe. It'll be most impressive. Admit it. It's a magnificent accessory. Where did you get her? I hired hunters to catch me a suitable beast in the jungles of Janus. She cost me 7 times what she weighs, but The Exalted One does not send us friends so that we can be stingy with our affections, does he? On whose money was that? What's their name? I like the name Cedigo. And the name of the deadly wind that originates in the hottest deserts of Ifrit. But you are on her, so you should name her. Chirico it is. Excellent. A proud animal deserves a proud name. Knowledgeable people will hear the name and feel even greater respect for the one who is least this fortunate nature. Thank you for the gift. I knew you'd approve, Shireen. Jay claps her hands loudly as the animal whips around at the noise the predatory interest. I think she'll be shown off to the best of your advantage next to your throne. Okay, I have a dog now. Sweet. Cool. Check. Can I talk to the dog? Another time. I gotta examine the fuel thing later anyway. Alrighty. We have some people we need to meet on this planet. Alrighty. Ooh, new project. Genetic Mercy, times 4 people. Korean Diligence, Doctrine of Rationality, Shield of the Emperor, Filth of the Expanse. Let's do more people. Alrighty. Alrighty. Gotta go to the palace to talk to some navigator people. Yippee! Alrighty. Gotta talk to the Clementia Wassarian. What about the meeting with the navigators of House Orselio? Allow me to report. Has taken residence against make arrangements for a reception worthy of the refined tastes of the Navis nobility. Understood, your ladyship. Would you like to hold this meeting shortly? Yes, Cassie and I are ready for talks. I'll have a messenger sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. Well, I can't go without my good friend Abelard. We'll do Pascal. Frankly, you're not a politician. Abelard, you are. Yvette, we'll take the alien. Why not? Every 10-point strength adds 1 damage to melee attacks. Can't go into politics without my buddy by my side. My goat. Abelard. Regent Oranto Orselio, esteemed delegation, the rogue trader, and the Von Valencia's protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. Me finding out I can press spacebar to skip that dialogue was so nice. Ooh. Gotta plug my phone in. Yeah. Alrighty. Esteemed representatives of the Nav's nobility have arrived at the Rogue Trader's court, the regent of the great house Orsello, Aranto Orsello. His companions, Lady Glycera Orsello, Navigator Lesso Kaiman Orsello, and his intended bride, Lady Navigator Alexandria Orsello, Lady Navigator Elena Hataria Orsello, and Navigator Danex Orsello. What a naming convention. A tall and wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move, as if the navigator's flesh was detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue traitor, the regent's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orselio, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting, and our gratitude for the warm welcome. It pleases us to know there are still ladies in the court's expanse who observe etiquette and the traditions of hospitality. And yet this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the rogue trader has done for House Orselio by protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child, there's much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forward, but then stops looking at you. As long as the Lady Navigator remains under my protection, I will speak on her behalf. The regent pensively scratches his scant beard with wet fingers. I suppose we can tolerate that. After all, it was you who rescued the child. If so, tell us, what exactly happened on Uric 5? The renegades among your people seized control of the station and tried to kill the Lady Navigator. They didn't get away with it. Regent Aranto nods slowly. In that case, House Orsello is deeply indebted to the rogue trader, and we are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we departed for your new home, so that we may finish what we started. Cassie, I would be honored if you decided to stay. Unthinkable!
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child in the palace!
What?
You will pay for betraying Felek and our freedom, rogue traitor! Now kill them all!
What? What? Did I miss something? This man is bones. Can I?
You
There we
will
are. He's bugging
beg
out on
for
me.
mercy, but I will grant none. To the dead!
Cassia, you can go here, girl. You go here. You go like here, actually. Get you some cover from that side, I guess. Argenta. Yeah, there's a lady in the way. You go here, I reckon. Abelard, you go here. Actually, Abelard, you get here. You get cover from the front. And then, do I have anyone else I'm missing? Where's Jay? Oh, she's over here. I can go here, I reckon. Alright, well, first things first.
I won't stand
Oh,
for it.
that's fair. Okay,
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
got him. Can I give a large?
refuse.
No, I can't. Okay,
I won't compromise my principles.
alright, then we will...
On it.
So this... Okay, what's resolved in the combat? Just, yeah. And her turn... Red can't really see anyone, can she? Oh, these guys are tanky. Holy shit. Alrighty,
I will not. You cannot force me, Elantak.
I'm clicking buttons. Alright.
I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, Monkey.
Nice.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Oh, she's got levels. Let's do these real quick in combat. You know, why not? We'll do... I can't give him in combat. Unlucky. Alright. Then we will do...
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alright. Nice miss. Ha, it did 0 damage. A lot of damage to that guy, though. Alrighty, let's do a,
How about no?
Too far? Okay, Can I give it to myself? No.
You've got a problem? I've got a problem.
Huge.
Tell me, and it is done. Jai Haydari.
Oh my god, Jay
Remember the
Hadari
name.
popping off. Jesus.
Never cross a Kazbalikan.
Yeah, missed
I can do that with the
Reload
right
that one.
incentive.
in the turn. All these navigators in one spot. This cannot be good for the fabric of reality. Right. Nice, dude. Good job. Alrighty.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone!
Then we'll do concentrated
Faith
fire.
without deeds
To
is
do that
worthless.
100% damage and 20% dodge reduction.
Doubt is for the weak eradicated.
Nice.
I'll do it.
I accidentally ended Abelard's turn. I'm a fool. Nice.
Pain cleanses the body.
Ouch. Oh my god, Argenta. We need to talk, Argenta.
Deliver us. This sacrifice will forge our way to victory.
Alrighty.
That is beneath me. I will not.
Really? Okay.
You cannot force me, Elantak. This tedium is beneath me. If it serves your cause. I understand another soul slips beyond the veil.
Nice.
Me? If you insist, Lord, as duty demands.
Got him.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Someone else can do this. I'd rather not.
Oh, Abelard's in a bad spot, actually. Well, I guess we'll just bust out the weapon. Wow, you hit the one guy I needed you to hit. Alright, that's fine. Okay, don't shoot that lady.
A moving target lives longer.
Respectively, if you can...
You jest, surely. I hold all the cards.
Alrighty, you fool. You are now going to suffer the wrath of Abelard Wasarian.
I will do my... I took care of this one. That's not the Seneschal's job. Someone else can do this. It will be done. Aha! An
And hit him
exemplary
again.
strike. We'll rule the stars themselves.
Alrighty, and
Victory is
smack
imminent.
him up. Smack
At
him
your
up.
beck and...
Do a nice little do-do-do.
It will be done.
Boo-boo-boo.
I will do my target well struck. Victory is in...
Alright, and then...
I'd like to, but I can't.
I really can't see this guy?
Me, never in 1,000 sectors.
I really want to stand on fire, so I think actually if I go here I can maybe...
You jest, surely.
Oh, well,
I'd like to, but I can't.
Follow my lead. I'm not interested. That's not the Seneschal's job.
really? No line of sight to that guy, huh?
Indeed.
Alright, whatever. Mercy. The lady navigator covers her face with disfigured, scaly hands. each with an extra finger and conjoined phalangeal bones. Her clothes are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants. Several unexploded bolts are sticking out of her chest plate. Rogue trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a monster that is cuddling, pretending to be an innocent maid. Spare me. I am Matino House Orselio. Will swear to tell you the truth about the madness that is devouring House Orselio like a malignant tumor. Do not let the regent deceive you with honeyed lies, lest the cursed child ruin your protectorate as well. I send you to death. Tisophen's hair be damned. I know that House Orselio will cast off the tyrant shackles one day, though not here or now. Others will come after me. May our enemies tremble. Well, stupid. Rogue trader House Orselio humbly asks for your lenience and forgiveness. We cannot even imagine these vile rats could be scurrying among our ranks. As for them sneaking into the rogue trader's palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be our witness, the accursed renegades seek to spark a feud between our houses. Allow us to offer you compensation worthy of a rogue trader, a gesture of friendship, and an apology for any unpleasantness. Come now, Regent. Believe you, Regent Archelli, yet this is now the second attempt that made's been on Cassia's life. I need answers. We are ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied quickly as possible. Tell me more about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old traditions of our great house, so carefully nurtured by the previous novator, Tisiphone Orselio. They deem the century of her rule a tyranny, and our most sacred relic a curse that must be destroyed. Fools! If the Atlas were to be destroyed, the whole of House Orselio would follow it into oblivion. Why do renegades seek to destroy the house's relic? They dread her power. If only a novator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the power of the Starway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Why are people trying to kill Lady Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is the keeper of the one true Starway Atlas, which once belonged to the great novator Tisiphone Orselio. The ungrateful wretches secretly hated her grace, and when Tisiphone abdicated her responsibilities, set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Cassia really carry Tisiphone's Atlas? We believed with all our heart. The novator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. It is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the novator. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as the successor. Looks like they have fallen on hard times. Regent stays silent and replies, to call your statement a false would be a lie. For many years we managed to maintain a fragile balance within our house, but then the novator's departure shook the faith of many. Treasury is empty, the navigators are scattered, and the warp routes are scrambled. Many of our allies cannot be reached, which is why it is important to complete the child's education. It is Cassia's duty to take Tisiphone's place and lead the house to prosperity. Such is her destiny. What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? Special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but we will learn to prevent most outbursts as long as the child remains calm and remains in seclusion. The powers cannot hold her mind. I think I've heard enough. We'd be honored to hear your thoughts on the matter. Allow me to decline the compensation. House Orselio needs the resources more than ever. You're sorely mistaken if you think you can get away. Allow me to decline it. Regent acknowledges your words with a nod and waits for you to continue. I will dismiss the charges against Orselio for what transpired. Please know that the enemy's schemes failed to harm relations between our dynasties. Tell us, what future awaits House Orselio and von Valencia's protectorate? Let us sign a treaty of friendship and alliance between our dynasties. With great pleasure. Our embassy will contract yours and deliver the scrolls for signature and seal. May the Emperor bless this new alliance. Wish to help our House Orselio solve their current problems. The Regent's sagging skin quivers when he sighs. It would be highly disrespectful for us to refuse the aid of a rogue trader. We, Aranto Orselio, do hereby accept your offer. If you allow, we shall discuss the lady's future. What about an exchange of culture and technology? Theodore von Valentius was a very open-minded woman, but Sagittarius Tisvin did not support many of her endeavors. Neither should we. We are afraid House Orselia will have to refuse the rogue trader's offer. I would like to discuss the Lady Navigator's future now. As we said earlier, the child must return to the fold of her house. We hope to be gracious enough to her acquaintance. 75% chance to persuade this. Under the expense law, the late payments of rescuing the Lady Navigator was a contract obliging her to serve on my ship. She has no need of your tutelage. As the future Novator, she will handle the issues of her house facing on her own. Give my consent if I'm furnished with another Navigator, otherwise Cassia will remain until her contract expires. I graciously acquiesce. Personally decide when the Lady Navigator leaves my crew. If you object, we can settle the dispute with a duel. Let's do persuasion. A persuasion test succeeded. There's a pregnant pause. The regent stares at you as if trying to peer through the skin of muscle and bone, and you see the darkest corners of your heart. You are not wrong, rogue trader. If you're willing to take care of the child who will deal with our problem, so be it. Though House of Celio may have suffered the pain of the schism, we can only protect the child from her brethren and lead her along the path of enlightenment to the Novator's throne. Nice. Alright. Well, that's been handled. Did I get any stuff from that? Not particularly, no. No, alright. Alrighty. I think we're going to get to the next planet we need to be, and then I'll probably call the stream there. Somewhat uneventful happening in Rogue Trader, but you know. Them's politics, baby. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the seal is on Dargonis, because she'll be like, oh, the seal is gone. Do you have it? So we have to find that. But we need to go to Mortis. What's it? So let's go there, shall we? Let's go to Penitum Solitus first, though. Acolytes of the cult mechanics have reported a disturbing incident. All Vox citizens on the mill deck start broadcasting otherworldly sounds, whistling a haunting melody. Strains of monstrous music drove people in a frenzied dance that cannot be stopped. Several hours later, Vox's devices fell silent. Dancing crew members fell lifeless. The area was cleared, and the bodies of the deceased were disposed with necessary precautions. Ugh. Unlucky. Cool, nothing. Actually, when we get to the next planet we need to be, I'll do the quest I need to do to check the fuel valve, just so I don't forget about that. After analyzing the auger data, officers were surprised to discover the little planet was once covered with oceans long ago. An unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out, turned the world into a lifeless desert. Most amazing discovery of all, skeletal remains of colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Life is fragile even for creatures this enormous. Cool. Begin scan of this fiery world. Jack, Diddley, and Squat. Oh, hadn't read the world's burning words. Said the fires have been raging for who knows how long this one has been burning. Nothing. Alrighty. Chart new routes. Why is it deadly? Warp Gen went smoothly enough, although many crew members reported strange incidents while they were asleep. They'd sense someone approaching them and laying a hand on their forehead. The hand seemed to pass through their skin through the skull, and with tender motions sorted the jumbled thoughts into some sort of order. Magos Pascal noted that the mysterious incident had allowed him to remember a few highly obscure tech rituals, which seemed he had never studied in the first place. Fascinating. Pirates? Yarr. Ship's augers and non-native sensors. Probably the remains of an ancient asteroid shower. Substance is valuable. Collecting them will not be easy. Asteroid sits right above numerous underground caverns. Ancient tunnels. Vaults are incredibly unstable and would likely not bear the weight of a large group of humans. Let them shovel. Take the risk. Succeeded. The crew's expertise made it possible to collect the mineral without disturbing the ancient caverns. Nice. Cash, money, boats, and hose. Alrighty. Ooh, another one of those. Rumor completed, you say? Purchase plunge. Cool. I don't really want to deal with pirates at the moment. Ship combat in this game is a bit of a snooze fest. So we'll come back to that probably eventually. Alrighty. Lord Captain, we have cross-referenced the key characteristics of the system with our astronautical chart data. Planet Vibus 5 is located here. The problem is the augurs detect an unusual change in the atmosphere. Not unlike a massive release of toxins, it appears to be something unfortunate has happened to the planet's underground storage facilities. It's possible to land safely on the planet just now. Unknown ships are cruising in the system. No need for any code to analyze it. I can decipher the telemetry easily. Xenos, armory and artillery crew standing by. Alright, well, let's go to the void ship first. Go to the bridge. Do the thing I need to do for the... what's it? Come on now, 97%. Eh? Alright. Vox must looking at you differently, even with static coming from the Vox speakers, especially on their stay. Look around the bridge. Inexplicable tension is not only great weakness, but seemingly rusty options that stand frozen, their eyes glued to you. Cassie notices your gaze and hastily turns away, shrinking fast, trying to disappear. Voxmaster, has something happened? And we just had a ship-wide broadcast, Lord Captain. What broadcast? There's ship-wide broadcast while you and Miss Harry Dare were relaxing. I mean, there was a broadcast of your relaxation activities. And who heard it? Everyone did. The entire vessel. Ah! With the exception of Deck 18, established the Vox relay happened to be out of order at that time. Rever's nonchalant remark causes someone to choke in a poor attempt to suppress a chuckle. This is some kind of bad joke. So, what'd you make of the broadcast? The question, was it sabotage or criminal negligence? So, what'd you make of the broadcast? Extraordinary, your ladyship. Let's go! I'm juiced. Oh yeah. As for the father of a rather large family, I can assure you that you have upheld the name of your dynasty, your ladyship. This feat means the high expectations placed on the God Emperor's envoy in every sense of the word. Let's go! Woo! Dunrick's comments burst the dam and an anarch uproar of the bridge. Your officers who are not exposed to such entertainment are no longer able to contain the tempest emotions swirling around them. Thumbnail further discussion of the incident. Forget everything you heard. Was sabotage, criminal negligence. It was neither, Lord Captain. The Vox broadcast was initiated from inside your chambers by someone who was present there. I suppose if it wasn't you, it must have been Mistress Haydari. I am unauthorized to terminate such broadcasts except... A treacherous note creeps into Vigdis's voice, resembling a suppressed chuckle, except in cases where they explicitly jeopardize the safety of the vessel or the crew. Bring me J. Hidari. I have a question for her. That's my girl. Alright. Her triumph smiles as good as any confession. Here's the orchestrator of your unwitting performance. Shireen, I'm eager to please. You drew... Jay, you minx, you could have warned me. Where would the fun be in that? Aside from this incident, nothing worthy of note occurred during the watch, Lord Cam. That will be all for now. I live to serve. Nice. Alright, oops. Pet the dog. Do you have any new dialogue since we just did a thing with you?
It is so fortunate you have come. I admit I was seeking you out myself. After the events on Dargonus, it felt like an anthracite grey mantle had dropped on my shoulders. I spent a long time thinking about our very first meeting and what happened next. I cannot wait to shake off this dreary color. You are the only one who I trust to hear this confession. The thought of being Novator both frightens and sickens me. How can I manage an entire house if I cannot even control my powers? I am just grateful to you for always being close and guiding me to the right path. Thank you, Rogue Trader. It will be an honor to keep guiding your vessel through the Sea of Souls, until you decide otherwise.
Hope you're feeling a little safer now that Eliana O'Sullivan has been executed.
On the contrary, Lord Captain. The mere thought of what happened tightens a grey-blue slip noose around my throat. To realize, again and again, how fervently your subjects hate you. I am sorry, Lord Captain. I should not have darkened your colors with my own struggles.
Oh, don't worry about it, you tall, weird fish lady.
I have enjoyed your company.
Alright, anyone else have new dialogues before we do the wrap-up?
Greetings.
Nope. Abelard, you dog.
Lord Captain.
Let's take my lead.
Lord Captain.
Heinrich. Yeah, probably nothing. But might as well talk to him anyway.
You have my complete attention.
You know, it's quite terrifying for Inquisitors interrogator to say they have my attention.
May the Exalted One protect.
See you later.
Oh,
Alrighty. I have to talk to someone about something. Hold on. Blades in the Void while we're there. Other questions, critical tasks. One of the few. Expect to diagnose a pattern. Fuel system analysis progress. That's diagnosing result no failures. Takes system operational. That doesn't seem operational. Pascal, come fix. Yes. Did I complete that? Just lost meet the Foxmaster on the bridge to discuss the matter. Okay. Master Vigdish. Sorry, actually, I had Alt Tab to check something real quick. Lord Captain. My personal log states the Vox system is malfunction. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Vox Master is caught off guard by your question and it takes her a moment to find her words. Vox system is functioning as expected. No communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. Vox Master's thin fingering darts between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel, flipping switches and turning dials. She issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with the crew on every deck. At last, accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of the Vox, and the flickering of signaling lights, the dance of her hand concludes. All's finished, Lord Captain. No issues detected. Systems working as expected. Thank you for your service. Lord Captain. Anything else? Consequences, particular interest to the rogue trader. Okay, well, that is enough of that. Alright, we're going to save our game. Alright, and we're good. And we are going to call it there. So, if you made it this far in the stream, thank you for watching. And if you chatted, thank you for chatting. If you lurked, thank you for lurking. If you enjoyed, thank you for enjoying. Like and subscribe, or don't. I am not your mother. But you better brush your teeth.